Live and need.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, hold on. You can hear me? We good? We good?
Yes, sir.
Let me full screen it.
Yeah, I probably should full screen mine. That way I can obviously see what I'm doing. Gotta mute my TV right quick.
Alrighty. Welcome, 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 welcome. Live stream number 2.
I'm trying to test out the music in the background, see how it sound.
Should be good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Ooh, that's a bad echo. Don't do that. Yeah, we good. We good. We good. Cool. Cool. We straight.
All right.
Cool. So we got a couple topics for y'all tonight. First of all, welcome and we thank you for joining us on our second live stream. If you didn't see our first one, link will be in the description for that when this live stream is clearly done. It was a gaming thing. You know, guys, we love gaming over here. That's what our podcast is built on: gaming, music, and sports. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. It's a three-man show, but we're gonna run a two-man show tonight.
Yes, sir.
Um,
If he shows up, we'll see. I don't know.
yeah, it's a big if. Um, what? Yeah, we new to this live stream and stuff. We got to get used to doing it, but we're here to talk about sports today. A lot of football, obviously. You can see by the title. Two goats, one Super Bowl champion and national champion. Technically, he can be not a goat, but he's a
I don't
legendary
think.
coach.
I don't think it's a goat. This is my
Not a
opinion.
goat.
I don't think it's a goat. But
No, he's not a goat, but he's a legendary coach. So I mean, I can give him at least that much.
yeah. You get. I give you that. I give you that. Let me send this off to everybody while we talking. But I'm following you. I'm following you.
I'm just trying to edit the description just a little bit. Maybe we can get a little bit more traction. Sorry, everybody, if you hear loud typing. That's just my fat handwriting. Is what I do. Sorry to all you Seahawks fans. I don't think you're. I don't know if you guys are gonna lose much of anything. I mean, Pete Carroll's, like I said, fantastic coach. Pete Carroll's a great coach, but I mean, you can find a replacement. Your quarterback is Geno Smith, so I don't really see him winning much with him anyway. But can I really figure something out of Seattle? It's a lot of coaches available. A lot of teams. No, I'm sorry, not well. Coaches available too, but it's a lot of teams looking
I
for
mean,
coaches.
well, let's go through the coaches that are available. You're saying there's a lot. We need to find a list that has that.
Yeah,
But
I
I
could look
mean,
that up.
honestly, I don't think you're really missing anything as far as him going away. I think they had their good little run. Was it a run? It was a run. They were a pretty good team for a while.
I mean, it was a run when they made them two Super Bowls, but I mean, outside of the two Super Bowls, was it really a run?
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah,
But no, they
yeah.
were still good. They were still a good team. They were still a good team, even the teams they didn't win those Super Bowls or get to the Super Bowl. So
Well, that one Super Bowl they threw away, they
yeah,
had that. They just threw that away.
well,
The dumbest call of all time. Run the ball.
yeah, run the ball. Like you're too close to not do that. And did y'all forget about that guy you guys had running the ball?
It's,
But
thank you.
whatever, we're not gonna talk about it. That's cool. That's history now.
Yeah, Pete Carroll, you're an idiot. You're still a legendary coach, but you're an idiot. You're a complete idiot. How do you not run the ball? That's how long has that been? Like it's been a long time, and
It's
we still on the
yeah,
ball,
yeah. It's been a long time. It's been
and
definitely
he
a
still didn't
long
run it.
time,
Like it's crazy.
man. Crazy. Yeah, but no, we appreciate y'all. This is live stream number 2. Make sure to get us at TikTok. I guess it would be somewhere in the description below, right? Description below.
It's not there yet, but I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put out
All right.
TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Instagram is right here under us. Go ahead and follow us on all that. Subscribe on YouTube. Watch this, like this. Copy this link and send it to everybody, especially the sport fans. We need the sport fans. We need that support as we do sports, music, and gaming. Today we're just doing football, but I mean we're here to talk about legendary coaches, and we've kind of already dove in a little bit, but let's see. Let's see this list when you get it of available coaches.
I got I got a few. Obviously, Ben Johnson from the Lions, our offensive coordinators. He's I think outside of Jim Harbaugh, he's about the biggest name out right now. I think he's probably going to be one of the first coaches taken off. Now, if you got any Lions fans out there in the chat, please let us know. Again, I don't watch Lions. I'm a Chargers fan, so hoping for Jim Harbaugh. But I know who Ben Johnson is.
You
Let me
haven't
show you
watched the
something.
Lions at all this year? Whew.
I mean, I watched the Thanksgiving game because they play every Thanksgiving. But
How they look to you? I think the
I
Lions
forgot.
look good.
Oh, you're talking about this season? Oh, they look amazing. I predicted them to win NFC North this year. I called it.
Yeah,
So,
they look good, man.
can you see the screen?
Yeah, let me full screen mine. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Cool. Now, the first coach, well, we already talked about Ben Johnson Alliance. We know how that is. But the second coach is Eric Benamy. I cannot pronounce his name to save my
Benemy,
life.
Benemy, yeah, Benemy.
Now, I don't know nothing about the Commanders. Any Commander fans, if you guys happen to come through the live stream, please let us know. I don't know anything about the. I know they're trash. It's that simple. They're trash.
I heard. I don't know how true this is. I heard from the grapevine that they're going back to the Redskins.
They are.
Um, I don't know. I would have to actually. We have plenty of time. Go ahead and continue, but I'm going to look it up. But I heard they're supposed to be going back to the Redskins.
If they go back to the Redskins, that's going to be the biggest PR mistake I've probably ever seen in my life. I don't see how they're going to manage to pull that off at all.
Let's
Like,
see
just
if it was
imagine.
real. Let me see.
I couldn't imagine it being real considering they spent all that money trying to, I guess, get their name out of from being tarnished. In other words, because I think Nike was gonna drop them, and they just completely was like, once Nike stepped in, they pretty much changed everything, honestly. Which it's kind of sad it took a whole big company to make them change it, but they did what they had to do, I guess. It's been the
Yeah.
Redskins forever though, so I don't see why it took this long to change. But if that was the case, you could have, I guess,
Well, the committee or some third party had an issue with the meaning behind Redskin, which is you know what Redskins are.
yeah,
So that was kind of the issue at first. Maybe I'll pull up an article, even though that's old news, but we can go through it a little bit. But I think that's what it was. But I'm seeing a lot of articles that are saying it's probably not making a return, the Redskins. But I do see one that is. So this could all be hearsay. But it's an interesting conversation. I like the Redskin name better. I don't like the meaning behind it, but I think it fit more. But maybe it's because I've always known them as the Washington Redskins.
exactly.
So maybe that's kind of why. But Commanders, still don't like the
That's,
name to this
that's the
day.
stupidest name. I think
But I like the uniforms. I like the uniforms. And I will say that I like the uniforms. They're kind of simple, I guess, but sometimes simplicity is great. So um, I don't know, but let's go
we
through this.
got a comment from Breezy. Hey,
Bria, appreciate it.
thanks for the love. Appreciate you for watching.
Um,
Shout it out, share it, subscribe, obviously. So before we get deep into it, I know we got to talk about Nick Saban, Bill Belichick. That's obviously the whole point of, and Pete Carroll and other coaches in general. I know that's the whole point. But before we get too deep into it, let's try to go through these little coaches once again. Like I said, Ben Johnson is obviously outside of Jim Harbaugh, in my opinion. Ben Johnson is the biggest name out right now. That's just my personal opinion. Eric Bellamy is probably third. I mean, if you want to go in order, I can't really go by that far. But here's the next one, Mike McDaniel. I'm assuming he's the defense coordinator for Ravens. If it's not the Chargers, I don't know. I just know Ben Johnson because I've been hearing his name a lot this year.
mm-hmm.
And Eric Bellamy, I've been hearing their names a lot. I think he used to be the defense coordinator for the Chiefs too, so that's one reason I know him very well. Um, Bobby Slokin, I'm not pronouncing that. I think that's it. Texans offense coordinator. Now the Texans look good this year. They surprised me. Not gonna lie, I was not expecting the Houston Texans to be this good this year. That threw me for a loop. I just really did not expect the Houston Texans to be this good. CJ Stroud is by far rookie of the year. He's just probably walked away with that award. Now, granted, the Rams receiver Puka, I think that's
I
how you
think
pronounce his name.
I think I
He had a
think
phenomenal rookie season too. If they could do a Cole thing, they probably should. But obviously, CJ Stroud took a team that went from 2 wins last year to the playoffs, so it's kind of hard to beat that. He's a
yeah,
quarterback. He's
Puka Nakua. I'm sorry if I mispronounced.
probably it.
But Puka is actually a nickname or a middle name because the full name on Google is Makia Pukia Nakia.
Dang.
So Makea, then Puka, Puka, then Nacua. So that's interesting. I wonder where he's from. I think I have an idea, but I don't want to say it.
I was just about to ask that.
Well, it says he's. I was gonna guess he was like Hawaiian,
Yeah, I was
but
going to Samoan.
yeah, or something like that. But it says American, but his family might be. But we can continue going. We can continue.
Oh,
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Of course. But I think we're good.
so like Bobby Slokin, Texans offensive coordinator. These are just the names that are available. Frank Smith, Dolphins offensive coordinator.
If I'm the Dolphins, I don't. I mean, I don't know. The Dolphins had a pretty good year, so
The Dolphins are the most overrated team in the NFL. I'm sorry, they do this every year. I'm not falling for the
so
Super
so
Bowl. I'm not falling for it.
so Cheetah, nothing. You're not falling for any of that.
No, Kansas City's gonna smoke them this weekend.
You think so?
Smoke them. It's gonna be 0 degrees in Kansas
Kansas
City.
Kansas City has struggled this year. If you watch their games, they've struggled. It may not look that in the box score, but they have struggled.
I'm not gonna say struggle. I think this isn't clearly the best year. I think they're obviously better than what they played this year, but this they're gonna kill Dolphins are the most overrated. They cannot beat good teams at all. I don't see it happening tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. Was Sunday, Saturday, whatever day they play. I don't see it happening. So
Mm.
I
Okay,
I don't trust the Dolphins. Plus, Kansas City at home is like essentially a free win for them because they never lose at home. Like it's rare. So
true,
I just don't see it
true.
happening. Um,
Okay,
this
I got you.
next coordinator is E Ichiro.
Hero, Evetto, probably.
So that's another name. At this point, we're just kind of going through names so you
Did
can
you
get a.
did you, did you see that team?
Oh, the Panthers. I mean, to be this, I don't see how the Panthers sucked. So maybe I don't watch Panthers games. So who am I to talk?
I stopped watching after week 7.
Well, this is coming from a Panthers fan, people. So if he said it must be true.
I
Me,
mean, we need a lot of work done, so I'm all for whatever changes and implementations we could do, adjustments. We need to
you got to
protect our
be the
quarterback.
coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, but we need it all, and we've always gotten one piece of the puzzle, and then we forgot another piece, and then other pieces have been forgotten. I mean, I just want us to have a winning year, but I don't see that next year either, unless they do some big changes in the offseason. But I don't know.
I don't see the Panthers winning for like another 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be really stretching it with 5 years. Bryce Young, I
Oh,
think, is pretty
you
good.
mean winning? You mean winning the division, or you mean winning a chip?
No, not a chill. Just like in other words, getting back on the winning track. I don't see it right now. They
Oh,
just
you mean like above 500?
essentially yeah, trying to get back to 500. It's not a big bump. It's getting to 500. The offense line is atrocious. You don't have any go-to receivers. You traded DJ Moore for essentially the first overall pick. The defense is the whole team sucks. I mean, you
But I
won one
mean,
game.
but we need change too. I know you're giving us one. You're giving us one less, but I'm going to take 2 wins more than one any day. But it's been a bad year. It's been tough to be a Panthers fan. I've been a Panthers fan all my life, so I don't know, man. We
Well,
we,
both
we, we fell off the minute Superman went away. Ever since that Super Bowl year, we got drugged on the Super Bowl. The year after, drugged again, and the line just stopped protecting Cam. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's some locker room talk, but things happened. You can tell it was a dynamic shift for sure. So I don't know. I don't know.
so it's a lot of names on here, and obviously it's going to be a lot of coaching names on the board. I've seen the Chargers. They post on their Instagram that they've interviewed a couple coaches, which obviously is what they're going to do. That's what they get paid to do. But they're looking for GMs, coaches, all that good stuff, obviously. But the point is, I'm trying to make
Yes.
is there's some teams that I wrote down who need coaches, and I forgot to write down one of them, which is the Patriots, clearly, because the whole point of the field is about
But
Belichick.
let's get to him last though. Let's get to him last.
Let's talk about the teams who need a head coach. The Panthers, the Titans, who just fired Vrabels, which to me, I'm still a little baffled on that. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think Tennessee just didn't have a good season. They sucked the year before last, so 2 bad seasons in a row. Coaches, have a really short leash, so
I mean, because
they're quick to
it's
get rid
it's
of.
it's no different. I mean, I don't want to talk out of turn to say that it's like that for hockey or I don't know, but I do know that the NBA and the NFL are very, very accurate when it comes to putting them coaches out first before players. And even though I don't even think football players have guaranteed contracts, or at least not all of them, I know basketball does. What's up, Tay? What's up, Tay? Um, they get rid of coaches before anything, and sometimes I feel bad because it don't even be coaches' fault. Like you can't make people perform a certain way when they get out there on the field. That's a mental thing, and that's actual talent if you have it or not. Are you hardworking? Like, are you actually doing what you need to do in practice? Are you doing what you need to do on the off season? Are you doing what you need in training camp? Like those things sometimes fall on the players, but it makes the coaches look like they're accountable because they're the coach. And I hate to see it, but sometimes it's justified. In this situation, I think it's a little bit of both.
Uh, I don't know. I feel like he's a really good coach. I just feel like he got the rough end of the stick because the team sucked the past 2 years. The GM, of course, Titans fans chime in. Y'all know this better than we do. I don't watch Chargers, Titans games. I watched the one Titans game this year when they beat us. Surprise, surprise. Um,
I mean, I need to see their record.
I think they went 7-9. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 7-9.
In the year
That's 2 years in a row.
before, in the year before they were worse than that.
They did 7-9 back-to-back years.
I mean, when you can't get over that hump,
But they
tough.
just found their quarterback though. Like the past 2 years, Ryan Tannehill was their quarterback 2 years in a row. Like you're not going to do much with Ryan Tannehill as your guy. They went and drafted Will Levis. He got to play this year, and he actually looked good. So why not give Venables? God, dude, Venables. Why not give him another year? Yeah.
Okay.
Why not give him another shot, another year? It's time. I mean, give him time.
But it's politics in the offices. With the business owners, the GMs, head coaches, defense coordinators, offensive coordinators. You know that. So there's always more to it than we know or what they show us, unless it's given to us to know for a reason. I mean, I think they should have packed it up that quick? Maybe not, but maybe they were tired of having 7-9 seasons back to back. I mean, it could always be worse at the same time. So there's always two ways to look at it. It's always two sides to the coin. But I don't know. That's just me.
I feel like it's a load of garbage. Especially because the fact that it's a new GM. It's a new GM, so new GMs come in, they want to make their stamp, make their mark.
And maybe that might have been the issue. When you get new management in, everyone has their favorites or their, oh, this is the guy. This is the guy that I want for the team. Same thing with basketball. So it could have been that as well.
I don't know. I like the coach. I think he's going to be solid somewhere else. There's a couple other teams that need a coach. The Raiders, who I have no love for. Now they might keep their interim coach. Oh god, that they got. I don't know how that's going to work. He's not bad. He looked good the few games he coached. They probably McDaniels, probably outside of Staley, trash, worst coach of all time. Outside of Staley, all time. Brandon Staley's the worst coach of all time. I've said it 1,000 times. I'm going to continue. He's the worst.
You mean of your lifetime?
No, of all time. He's the worst coach of app. He's the biggest ass wipe I've ever seen in my life. The dude's a joke. Oh crap, my phone from the fall. Bro, I get through my Staley rant song. The Raiders need a new coach. Don't know if they're gonna keep Pierce or not. Falcons just fired Arthur Smith, which should have done a long time ago.
I mean, I'll come back to that. We'll pivot on back, but keep going.
The Commanders just got rid of Ron Rivera, which not really shocking, kind of stagnant the past few years, so that was coming.
I mean, what do the Commanders need to get over that hump? Like, what do they need?
Management. They just got rid of their awful owner, so that helps. Management, coaching. They need a little bit of everything. Like losing teams need a lot of everything, so they need everything. Yeah. And then Seattle, Pete Carroll just stepped down, but he got an advisory role, so I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know if he moved on.
Advisory role of the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'd assume he got like some type of higher power.
He's probably on the board, so he's more with the business behind it, probably managing the team, managing players, contracts to some degree. I mean, we know every organization has a committee. That's probably what his role is.
And then there's the Chargers. These are the teams I have right now. And then there's my Chargers. You know how I feel about Staley. He's gone. They should have fired him last year if we lost to the Jaguars. But they kept his stupid ass a little bit longer than they needed to. But we got through it. Hopefully, Jim Harbaugh, please walk through that door. I'm begging. Jim Harbaugh, calling all Jim Harbaughs. He just won that championship with Michigan. Congratulations. I was expecting Texas to win, so obviously I got my picks
And
wrong.
while we're here, let's dive into that. I need you guys after this live stream is over to check out. I forgot which episode it was. I think it was what
Episode
episode is that? We talked about
219.
FSU, right? Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
FSU.
that was a while back.
Well, that's where I called my predictions, and I said that we're gonna get Washington and Michigan in the championship. I'm 2 for 2, by the way. But um, I mean, we can talk about that a little bit as well because we didn't really get to talk about it the day of. But yeah, great coach, great win.
Come on to the Chargers, my boy. Come on. We all of Charger Nation is praying for Jim Harbaugh. Um, but
I
speaking
mean,
of Jim Harbaugh,
how do you feel about Do you look any differently when college football coaches try to come up to the big leagues? Like, how do you feel about it? It's a whole different dynamic. We're dealing with pros now. Like, do you think it's a good thing?
I'm not against it. Pete Carroll did it. Nick Saban tried it, clearly failed, didn't work. Jim Harbaugh did it. He went from I forgot where he started his career, but he was in up at Stanford. That was his big notoriety school. Went from Stanford to the 49ers. You know how that went. Took them all the way to the Super Bowl. He built that team up, took them to the Super Bowl, had a bunch of BS going on in the background. So just clearly didn't like him. He went back to college, built Michigan up. When he got to Michigan, Michigan wasn't terrible, but they weren't where they are now. He
Yeah,
built
correct.
Michigan up to a national power, back to where Big Blue belongs, and look at him now. Now he's a natural builder. He builds teams. He builds legacy. So why can't he do it for us? Where there is no organization out there right now. All the teams I named: Panthers, Titans, Raiders, Falcons, Seahawks, and Commanders. None of them have a superstar quarterback. We have the quarterback. We have the foundation. Where else do you want to go? He has connection to the Chargers. Where else do you need to be? Come on, he has West Coast connection. What, you gonna choose the Raiders over us? No quarterback. What, you gonna choose the Falcons? No quarterback. Seahawks, Commanders, like no quarterback.
We got the draft.
We have the fifth overall pick, and if anything, they can trade that down to a desperate team who's looking for a quarterback. Falcons, Raiders, Seahawks, maybe Seahawks, Commanders. Commanders are in front of us in the draft, so they're not have to draft down. But all those teams, there's desperate teams out there. Who else is desperate for a quarterback? The Browns might be desperate. They look at Deshaun Watson ain't ever healthy. I can go by division right now. The
I
AFC
mean,
North is good. The
which is a
AFC
whole
South,
nother conversation of why he's never healthy.
yes. I don't know. Well, you're away from football that long. It's kind of hard to get completely healthy. But
True.
let me keep it here. The draft is coming up. We could always trade down. If we get Jim Harbaugh, he's known for building teams. You can get Justin Herbert some receivers because Mike
Really,
Williams
receivers?
trade. Keenan Allen's getting older. He can't carry us too much longer. Joshua Palmer, I don't see him being more than a second or third string receiver. We need a go-to guy. Marvin Harrison Jr., if he's still there, which he probably won't be, but if Marvin Harrison Jr. is still there, scoop him up. But he probably won't be. So I'll be happy with Brock Bowers from Georgia. I'll be satisfied with that. Or we can get Nebers from LSU, the second best receiver in the draft. I'll be happy with either one of them. We need weapons. Who cares about offensive line? We got a solid offensive line. We got a superstar left end or guard, my bad. And so Rashad Slater. We just got to replace Pickens. Pickens is ass. Jim Harbaugh can do that. Get Justin Herbert a deep threat, superstar potential receiver. That's all he needs. And get him a coach, obviously, and ownership. But as long as Spanos is on the team, we might be doomed. But hey, it's whatever. But yeah, let's get to the meat and bones of this whole podcast. We can start off with either one. I mean, let's start off with Nick Saban. I mean, the dude just retired out of absolutely nowhere. Like, who? I did not see this coming. But it's funny. I'm not gonna lie. Tim called it. Tim called it a while back. He said,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he
he
did.
called it. I think he said before the season started, Nick Saban was something about retiring. So I was like,
I think he said, and I hope he was there to make sure we're not speaking out of turn. But I think he said if they don't win, that he's gonna retire. I think that's what he said.
that was his exact words. So I gotta, matter of fact, I clap it up for him right quick. He actually called that. That was the first thing he called right. So
One for I don't know, 15, 16.
1 for 1,000.
Um,
But
I was very surprised as well. I saw in the group chat I said Nick Saban is retiring party at my crib. Crazy thing is I'm not even a Bama hater. I just don't like the fan base.
I'm a Bama hater. I hate Bama.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like the fan base. I mean, they're a good football club, but nah, I didn't see this coming at all. So this is interesting. This is very interesting. And it followed with a lot of different other coaches as well. And so it's like, wow, are we getting a whole new like where are we going? These are all legendary coaches.
Nick Saban's the GOAT. I give credit where credit's due. He's the GOAT. I can't stand him, but he's the GOAT. I hate Alabama, but are they the greatest program of all time? That's hard because you got Michigan, you got Notre Dame, you
I
got
don't know.
the
I think they
big blue
might
bloods.
at least for our generation.
Well, they top five. I give them that. They top five. Might be top three, honestly, because Michigan, if we're going by wins, Michigan's clearly the best. But recent success is obviously not there. Historical success will be Alabama, if anybody. I think they got the most championships. So they might be the greatest program of all time. Of course, coming from a Clemson fan, I don't really like saying that, but it's whatever.
True.
I prefer to be Bama than Florida State. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we're talking about the greatest coach of all time. He's had 4 Heisman winners. Was Mark Henry, Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry, Bryce Young, not Mark Henry, Derrick Henry. Yeah, was it Derrick Henry, Bryce Young, Mark Ingram? Who was the other one? He had another Heisman winner. I forgot who the other one. Oh yeah, Devontae Smith. So he's got 4 Heisman winners. That's like legendary status. That's legend. That's crazy, man. 4 Heisman winners. Dabo don't even got one. First of all, Trevor Lawrence got robbed by the one, but I'm leave that alone. Um, could I see Nick Saban making a move to the NFL? Probably not. He's about washing that situation. I don't see that happening. Um, I don't know. I don't feel like what can Nick Saban if he really gone? Bama's not going to be in shambles because we're talking about Alabama, a team that's it's Alabama, so they're going to recruit. But I just saw that they did have a recruit decommit. He left, considering Nick Saban left. So he probably went to Bama for Nick Saban. So he decommitted. I don't know how that's going to go down the road. Might have players, hit that transfer portal, come to Clemson. Um, Speaking of Clemson, I want to make this quick side note. Dabo Sweeney, I swear, please do not go to Alabama. Please don't. I know you got ties there. I know you went to school there. I know you played wide receiver as a walk-on and won a national championship with them boys. Don't do it. We need you. I know a lot of fans in the comment section like to talk trash about you for some reason. I know we haven't had the best 2-3 year stretch, but you are the greatest coach in Clemson history. So let's just
It's been
like
a
keep it
little
a buck.
rough.
With
Been a
Nick
little
Saban
rough.
retiring, you are the best coach in college football outside of Kirby Smart. Obviously, those two are probably neck and neck. But we got the best coach in college football now with Nick Saban retiring. So please don't go that way, unless Alabama's trying to pay for that fat contract and buy you out that we just paid you. So have fun with that. But
What is that contract?
I think they just gave him a 10-year deal.
Of what? Like what?
I don't know the money aspect, but I know it's a big contract.
Okay.
I think,
I'll be right back. Keep talking. I gotta get some napkins real quick.
but while he's gone, let me go ahead and once again start these teams. Nick Saban, you're the greatest coach of all time. I know you. What's the word? You know a lot of people. You get a lot of people know this, but you can't really argue with statistics. Statistics are statistics. You're the greatest coach of all time. How many national championships? He got 7 national championships, multiple SEC championships or conference championships. He won one with LSU. He won 6 with Alabama. He's the greatest of all time. Have fun in your retirement. Don't come back at all. Please don't come back. Um, we got another soup. Well, you can't really call it super chat, but we still got comments. Shadur said, "Come to Colorado. Love to see it." Nah, they good over there, Colorado. Keep them boys out there in Boulder. They need to learn how to win some games first. He need to learn how to throw the ball, stop holding the ball so damn long. But off this sheet I got here, once again, the teams I wrote down. This is for Belichick purposes, but for Nick Saban, who's going to take over Alabama? Oh, that's tough. Oregon coach has already said he's not going anywhere. With that being said, please once again don't let it be Dabo. I will flip if it's Dabo. I heard Florida State coach could be there. I don't know if he's probably not the biggest candidate, but he's still a candidate. For James Franklin from Penn State, please go there. Please go to Penn State. I mean, go to Bama. Please, James Franklin. That would be the absolute funniest thing, especially from a Tim standpoint. Tim hates James Franklin. He's a Penn State fan, so he would want him going anyway. I don't see how he would get that upgrade if he can't beat the best 2 teams in his own conference. So I don't see how that would work. But um, it's tough. I don't know. It's tough. You got guys out there who really could get the job. I would say Steve Sarkisian, that's how I pronounce his name, from Texas, but he just left. I don't see him just walking out of Texas like that after he literally just got the job. But I mean, like I said, anything's possible. You can try anything. Anything's new. But it's Bama. Bama's going to be a high profile team. They're always going to be a high profile school. They're forever going to be a high profile school. So you take what you get at this point. We're talking about Alabama here. So Nick Saban, enjoy your retirement. Whoever your replacement is going to be, as long as it's not Dabo, just hope you guys. I mean, you're Alabama. You're never going to have a fall off. You're never going to have a bad season. You're always going to stay up. So I guess continue to do you. But well, I got time right quick while Don is gone. I'm going to try to
I'm
edit
back. I'm
this.
back. I'm back.
Oh, why the heck did I take him out? So edit that.
Had a little
Editor.
spiel. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Okay, I don't have to edit that. Pre-recorded video, studio. Like I'm a DJ mixer trying to do all this at one time. But yeah, I mean, what is there much to say about Nick Saban? 7-time national champion, multiple time conference champion, dominated the SEC for God knows how long. Last championship was 2021 or 2020. It was one of them.
2020 COVID year.
I think it was a year.
Yeah, I need to look it up because 2020 COVID year.
How long? It's been 4 years since he won the chip. Jesus.
Which honestly, I mean, that's not even that long. It's not bad. 4 years in college ball? I don't know. I feel like college ball is always, personally, in my opinion, college football is always a little bit more entertaining, more exciting than pro football. So I think 4 years being the coach that you are, in the program that you guys have, I don't really think that's too bad to ask for. But I think because it seems so long to us is because he's Nick Saban and it's Bama. Like, they're powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? They're top notch. So them maybe 4 years is like, yeah, we should have won. We should have had at least 2 of these in this 4 year gap. Other ball clubs can't say that. So just shows what greatness is, honestly.
It's the fact that Georgia's winning too. So you got another SEC team who's on a dominant role right now. So that doesn't make Alabama look any better. But they're still going to get top notch recruits, top notch NIL guys. So that technically NIL portal, if you want to count that as like, I guess another word, recruiting. Technically it is. So use it wisely. Nick Saban knew how to use it. I'm assuming he already got somebody lined up for the school. He's not just going to leave and not have somebody lined up.
Oh yeah. I don't see that, but I do want to read this off because it's interesting. Saban has compiled a record, which is 0.86%. Well, 806, but we know that's 80%. 297 to 71.
Jesus.
Think about that, bro. 297 to 71.
That's,
he only lost 71 times in his whole career.
That's unbelievable.
For football, come on, bro. I mean, it's greatness. As much as a lot of people can hate him, the memes, hey, he's great.
And he coached 17 years.
Yeah,
that's a long time, man. That's a long time. My nose sounds stuffy. I'm sorry. I don't know what I got going on, but that's a long time to be coaching, man. 17 years.
17 years, man.
I think he spent 14 at Bama. He won 6 championships. And I want you to think about the time span in which he won. I think his first one was what, 08?
Yeah, because he was from. Okay, so let me read this off just because we're speaking on him. Saban spent 28 years as a college head coach at Toledo, which was 1990, Michigan State 1995 to 99, 1999, LSU 2000 2004, and Alabama 2007 to 23.
So he got there in 07. That means he won championship in 08, 2011, and 12.
The second year he got there. Yeah, exactly.
And then he won again in 2015, because I know we won in 2016. They either won 2016 or we won 17, but it was, so 2016 for them, I think, or 15, 16, one of them. Then they went again and won again in 19. No, they won another one within that time.
I thought it was 18.
Nah, because we won 18. I think we won 16, 18. So they won. Who won between us? I know LSU won in 2019. Bama won in 2020. But he got another one in there. They 25. No.
So it's got to be another one then, but before y'all then.
Florida State was 2014. Ohio State 2015. Bama 16. We 17. I think they're 18. Yeah, they're 18.
I could have told you right here, bro. 2009, 2011, 2012. So he went back to back.
Yeah, they won back to back.
2015, 2017, and 2020. So they won 2017 the year before y'all won, before Clemson won.
Okay. Okay, cool, cool. So, yeah, 6 championships at one school is actually unbelievable. That's actually really unbelievable to think about. You won 6 championships at one school. That's crazy. But I mean, what more can you say about him? He's the greatest coach of all time. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer. College, obviously, he's going to go down to Bama history, college football history. He's the greatest coach of all time. There's not much more gassing up I can do. Um, so
I
let's.
mean, yeah. And he also coached Miami Dolphins for 2 seasons as well, 2005, 2006.
Yeah, that was the biggest flop of all time. He should have stayed in college.
I wanted to bring it up. That's why, because we talked about it. So,
In those days, he don't want to remember.
amen.
He, I wouldn't even want to remember that.
And,
But
and and that's why I wanted to ask you, like, do you think it's interesting to NFL players to have a college team come in? Like you were so used to dealing with young men, now you're dealing with grown men. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different dynamic. I feel like, and it can be a whole different expectation. And answer this question: do you think it's different? Do you think respect is lost? I would say respect is lost for pro coaches to go to college.
no, again, I think it depends on the coach. Like I said, you got the Jim Harbaughs who succeeded, the Pete Carrolls who succeeded. You got the who else was a college coach that came up succeeded? It's a couple guys that came up succeeded, but then you got the dummies like Urban Meyer, Chip Kelly. Gotta say it, Nick Saban, guys like that who just they weren't qualified to compete at the NFL level. Either they tried to bring that stupid college style, Chip Kelly tried to bring that no huddle up tempo offense to the NFL, which don't work. Like you can, it works to a standpoint, but that way he tried to run it don't work. Urban Meyer, his ignorant ass, just coaching, he can't coach worth of nothing. So it was just bad. He might be the worst coach. Matter of fact, I talk trash about Staley, but Urban Meyer might be the worst NFL coach of all time. The dude barely made it one season. He didn't even make it. He finished out the season, and they fired him literally the same time. So he might be the worst coach of all time. At least Staley got 3 years, but then again, the Chargers are a dysfunctional organization, so they'll let anybody slide. Um, yeah, Nick Urban Meyer might be the worst coach of all time. He might legit be that guy, but he's another failed experiment. It's more coaches that between that times I can't remember, but it's been college guys who's come in and made it work. Again, Jim Harbaugh, he's probably the best example out of all of them. So,
Right.
um, I don't know. I don't see it happening outside of Harbaugh doing it again. If somebody else were to pull it off again, it'd have to be him, unless there's some young college coach right now that's ready to take that leap. But you never know until you try, right? That's how I feel about it. You have to at least attempt to try it to be like, yeah, let's make that move.
I think it's I think it's more to it than just being a great coach. I think it's all about timing. I think it's about personnel that you have with you, the dynamic of the team, if they're already fit, if they're not fit. I think this it's going to be a big feat to get 6 championships of one team to go 297 to 71. That's just something that I don't know if we will see again. I don't know. It just depends. I think the stars have to align, and Saban fortunately had those stars align. I think a little bit of luck is into it, yeah, and that's what I mean by the timing. That timing is luck. Not everybody gets the perfect timing to get something done. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll see that again.
Well, if we're being real, he got 7. He should have had 6. That one versus Texas, well, Colt McCoy got hurt. We all know Texas win that game if he doesn't get hurt. So that's just my opinion.
But he got hurt.
Unfortunately,
You putting an asterisk?
yeah, I am. I am because it's like we all know Colt McCoy. I'm not saying okay. I can't put that because I don't know if they would have won the game, but I think it would have been a lot more interesting than what it was. Like
I
we all
think
know
I
that.
think Tim was hating on Colt McCoy.
Yeah, he hated on his NFL career, but we weren't even talking about NFL in that situation. We all know he's trash in NFL. College, he was a man. So, but he's
Yep.
him. He makes bad takes all the time. So when he makes one, I let it slide. But before we get to Bill Belichick, I want to slide back a little bit more to Pete Carroll side because again, that one kind of shocked me too. I was not expecting that one
So you
out of
wanna
everything.
do a full dive into him now? Okay.
Yeah, because it was random out of the blue. I mean, I've seen random coaches firing and random coaches signings and awful coaches signings, Chargers. Um, but Pete Carroll not getting fired, not retiring, more so moving on to the advisor role, which we'll have to see what that means down the road. But who's going to replace him? That's my biggest thing. Like, there's a lot of coaches available. We just showed the list. I just don't see how he was there for how long? He been there
Yeah,
since
I want to look it up, but I mean,
2006, I think. So the fact that he's been there that long,
14 seasons.
Jesus, he's been there. Gosh, they've been there forever. But yeah, we all know Pete Carroll, the dickhead from USC. He's a douche. A lot of people don't like Pete Carroll, which I guess is the way he left USC. I can understand from that standpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I mean, he's a Hall of Famer NFL coach. You got to give him credit. He's a Hall of Fame college coach and Hall of Fame NFL coach. So you can't take that away from him. He's won a Super Bowl. Should have had two. We've talked about this multiple times on the podcast through the crew chats. He should have had two Super Bowls. He robbed Russell Wilson out of one. Um, he robbed everybody out of one. Um,
He brought himself out of one.
yeah, he robbed everybody out of money. He robbed a lot of people out of money. I guarantee people bet money on that game too. He gifted Tom Brady another one. I'm putting an asterisk on that one too. Don't care. Um, I mean, Pete Carroll's Pete Carroll. I'm never been a high fan, but I've never been like low on him. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Like I said, Seattle's in a weird predicament because going forward with the coaching staff and the quarterback situation, like is Geno Smith your guy? Are you gonna roll Geno Smith? I think they just paid him, so you might have to roll with him.
Mm,
Is he your guy? I don't see Geno Smith. Obviously, he's not the future. He's like pushing 30. I think he is 30. I think Geno Smith's been in the league for a minute.
yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
I remember when he was at West Virginia killing it, and I remember when he first got drafted. I said, okay, Geno might be solid. And he was trash for the most part. He's been a journeyman.
33 years old.
Oh yeah, they're going to have to go ahead and get them. If I'm Seattle in this draft, I'm moving up to get a quarterback. I think I would take that chance. You got to.
Yeah, you got to.
You got Caleb Williams, probably going number one. Drake Mays, Jalen Daniels, Penix from Washington. You want to go Michigan quarterback? I think he's highly overrated. He might be the most basic quarterback of all time, but he's in there too. It's a lot of college quarterbacks coming out this year, so it's a lot of teams need to make their move, and they're going to make a move. They need to make it now. So I can see Seattle trying to move up. I can see the Titans. Well, no, Titans got a quarterback, but they want to move up in their position. Raiders, Falcons, all these teams that just fired their coach need a quarterback. Except for us, we're the only team on this list that I can be like legit quarterback. We good, but the Commanders are obviously the second pick right now. I think they got the second, so they're in a good position. Outside Chicago, we know. No, only Lord knows what Chicago is going to do with that pick. Nobody knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think they're going to go quarterback. I think they trade Justin Fields. Don't know where they traded to. Maybe Atlanta. If that'll keep Atlanta from having to draft the quarterback. So I think I'm still a little high on Justin Fields. I'm not too down on him like the rest of the world is. They like to trash him because one, he plays for the Chicago Bears, so that doesn't help. Chicago Bears are ass. If you're hearing this, Chicago fans, you are trash. You treat Justin Fields like he's just horse meat. It's not his fault that your offensive line is mediocre. It's not his fault that some of his receivers can't catch. It's not his fault that his defense is mid. It's not his fault that ownership is probably some of the worst of all time in all sports.
I mean, yeah, I know a good bit about Chicago because my stepdad is a Chicago fan of all of them, Bulls, Bears, and the Bears is just. I watched one of those games and I was just like, why would you put this guy on a block? Like, why would you think about even trying to get? You have other things you could do to move around. I don't think they should give up so easily, but I don't know.
That's the Chicago way. This is what they do. They give up, they rebuild, they retool, they get another quarterback, and they do the same thing about 3 years down the road. This is what they do.
Exactly. So I don't know. It sucks. And I forgot which game I watched, and I was like, man, I think wasn't it the Falcons they played? Well, just last year. I mean, not last year. Last week or something. I think.
Yeah, they beat the Falcons.
Yeah, because they beat him. So yeah. So that's the game I was watching. Yeah, and I was like, bro. I mean, the Bears haven't been looking good. They were down towards the pole with us until they started winning, and we kept losing. We were the two worst teams in the whole NFL. But now it's just the Panthers. Yeah, but he looked good is my point, and I don't think that you just wrap it up so quickly. But they think they can get something better. We'll see with the offseason.
I mean, we kind of covered a lot of stuff. Pete Carroll, Nick Saban, Alabama. Hopefully, Dabo don't take this butt that way. Coaching vacancies that's a lot. I've never seen so many quarterbacks in my life. But outside of my Chargers, because of Justin Herbert, that's the biggest attraction. Out of all the teams I just named, which one do you think is probably the best coaching attraction? Like, if you're the top notch coach, you want to go pick your team out of those teams I named. Okay, you can include my team too. Include the Chargers. Who do you think would
Um,
probably be the best or be the most attractive?
name them again.
Panthers, Titans, Raiders, Chargers, Falcons, Seahawks, Commanders, and I might be missing a team. Oh, Patriots. Patriots. Yes, I'm missing the Patriots.
Um, how are we feeling about the Raiders?
They still got Devontae Adams.
Right.
Don't
Right.
have a quarterback. Their defense is meh. The ownership is trash. So whoever steps into that role is going to deal with garbage ownership. But that's pretty much all these teams except for Seattle. Um. So.
I,
Uh,
I just think I think that's a loaded question, and I say that because you're gonna have pros and cons in any organization, right? So I think the best thing is to try to put yourself in the best position possible for more growth instead of starting lower down the totem pole. I think the Raiders have a good core. I know they have other things that are wrong, but all these teams have a lot of things that are wrong as well. Honestly, is rolling the dice. I mean, there's probably some teams that you would put lower down, but I mean, the Titans could use it as well. So I don't know.
so if I'm being honest, I'm ranking the teams, and it's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight teams from worst to best from the coaching standpoint. Where you would want to coach. The Panthers are obviously last. Like, let's just be real. They had the worst season out of every team on here.
Yeah,
Um,
still at two
Commanders,
wins.
yeah, Panthers would be like dead last. Commanders would be second to last. The Patriots would be third to last, or you can switch them and the Commanders. I think the Commanders roster is probably a tad bit better, so I'll put the Patriots.
I would personally put the Patriots at seven, put Commanders at six.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, so it would have been 18. So the Panthers would be eight, the Patriots would be seven, Commanders at six. Yeah. So five, I would go Falcons because reasons, trash. Four,
Falcons. Keep
I don't
going.
think they're better than the Titans. I think the Titans roster is better. They just need to
Yeah,
take that next step.
I, I'll agree with that. But you think Raiders have a better roster than the Falcons?
Yeah, by a mile. It's not close.
Okay.
Raiders are way better. So Raiders would be three.
Hmm.
I think Seattle's in a good situation right now. I just, like I said, the Pete Carroll threw me off. I was not
I
expecting him
mean, but
to
honestly,
do.
they're not even really losing too much because he's still there. He's still part of front office, so they're
He's
not really
kind of
losing too much.
he kind of taking that Brad Stevens role.
Pretty much, exactly what he's doing. And you see how the I know this is football, but you see how they look.
Exactly.
So when you keep that core of people when you figure out the pieces to the puzzle, it can go a long way. You can have these people, this good personnel for a long time, and I think the Seahawks may not be as bad off because they still got him there. He's still a force. He still has made his name. He made some mistakes down the line. We know that should be more, but we can't go back, and I think they'll be good.
And then obviously the last team is my Chargers. I think that's the best destination only because of Herbie. I mean, outside of him, the rest of the roster is pretty trash. Bosa needs to go. Khalil Mack, I would trade him, get some value for him. DJ, I love DJ, but I think we can keep him for. I think he just had a down year, so I think he'll recover next year. We don't have another safety. The defense is just has to be worked on. I think Jim Harbaugh can build a team up. If Belichick were to come along, I think he would be a good pickup defensively. Do not let him be GM, run nothing, none of that. Just coaching.
That's
Um,
funny.
but we need to fix defense. The defense is trash. We need some receivers. The offensive line is whatever. We don't have a running back, a legit go-to running back, every down back. We need everything. I gotta say, everybody's tradable except for Herbert. Herbert is the only safe body, and Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen would be safe too in this situation, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I
I
mean,
think definitely safe, right? I mean,
he's the
why
only
would he
receiver
not
we
be
got.
safe? That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, yeah, gotta be safe. Gotta be safe.
Well, Darius Davis, he's safe too. Rookie from TCU. The third round receiver that we took, and Quentin Johnson, the first round receiver that we took, who can't catch the ball to save his ass. I'm gonna give him a pass. He's a rookie. He had a down rookie season. He didn't have the best, but that's not a good showing. If you're gonna start your NFL career off with a down rookie, you're the first round draft pick for us. You gotta show up. You
Got
cost
to.
us that Green Bay game. You
And
didn't
now
cost us the
other and
Tennessee
now
game.
other wide receivers that were picked lower, you got a chip on their shoulder because they're like, look at this guy, look at the year he had. I'm better than him. You know what I'm saying? It always comes down to that. Sometimes those good wide receivers or good players as a whole get passed off.
So here's the part about that last year's draft that pissed me off the most. Is the fact Seattle took, I can't pronounce his name, but guy from Ohio State, I cannot pronounce his name, save my life. He had a good rookie season. We took Quentin Johnson right after him. I was pissed because I wanted Zay Flowers. Went to the Ravens. Legit, right after we took him, the Ravens took Zay Flowers. And what Lord behold, is Zay Flowers in the playoffs because the Ravens are a clear better franchise than us. Um, Lamar Jackson on the MVP level, so that helps too. But I wanted Zay Flowers because I seen him at Boston College. I seen what he can do. I wanted him bad, and I was hoping to see him pick him up. But then when I heard Quentin Johnson name call, I was just like, okay, I mean he's a tall guy, might be trying to replace Mike Williams because he's always hurt. And he comes in wet the bed. Now, granted, again, I'm giving passes. He's a rookie. Rookies get passes from me because they're rookies. It takes time to adjust, especially at the receiver position to the NFL level. So I'm not gonna harp on him too much for that.
Do you give him the same pass you would do for the NBA?
Yeah, I give. See, my thing is when it comes to young players, all team sports, I give them 3 years to get together. By year three, you have to show me some type of development. By year three, year one, rookie year, going to give you a pass. Year two, you're still growing, still learning the game, from here, from mental to physical. Still going to get a pass me. But I
Mm.
expect a jump from year one to year two. Year three, I expect the jump to be catastrophic to where it's point. You're showing me potential. Your potential. You're showing me past potential now.
If their number gets called, because not everybody gets their number called. It also depends on the personnel you already have on your team and the star players you already have on your team at that position as well.
But yeah, but when
So
you get drafted with the first round pick, I expect you to show up. I'm not wasting a first round pick. These picks are valuable. Like, for one thing I learned about NFL picks are valuable. So the fact that he got drafted between two other receivers who had
yeah,
a better season than you got to show up. So
yeah,
this offseason, work on his catching, route running, everything. That's why you got Keenan Allen there. Show you the way because he's not going to be there forever. And as much as I love Keenan Allen, it's the truth. We get older as humans. We grow. We get older. That's life. But I think the best coaching situation is the Chargers just because of Herbie alone. MVP candidate when healthy. Just got to have a good season. I think he's been robbed out of the playoffs. He's made the playoffs once. So out of his first 4 seasons, it's only been one time. He's been completely robbed with bad coaching out of 4 out of 3 seasons. Yeah, no, 4 out of 4 seasons. My bad. Every year has been bad coaching. But the Chargers just don't like to win. I've learned that a long time ago. I've come to accept our mediocrity. I've just got to the point with the mediocrity. But Herbie's a winner. Herbie's that guy, and I think he can carry us. I think he can get us there if you just give him the right coach.
how is he a winner if the team's not winning?
Well, he does what he do. He shows hard every week. He comes out and play hard like he's supposed to. He does what he does. He puts his numbers up, and that's one thing I would not allow anybody on comment section, Instagram, all the social media to sit there and disrespect him when he's the only one that shows up every week. He's the
Yeah.
only. He
Now
carried us in that Green Bay
I
game.
will give you that. I will give you that. I agree.
Without Herbert, the Chargers, and this is coming from a Chargers fan, they will be absolutely buns.
What's up? What's up? Austin, what's up? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, bro. Um, yeah, I mean, I will give you that. He's definitely the catalyst of that team. You put him away. I don't know where you are.
Well, as a Chargers fan, I can tell it would be if we lost Herbert. It would be first round pick, overall pick every season for the rest of the eternity. Because he's everything. I mean, you don't come around superstar, five star, top five quarterbacks like that. That's just something you don't come across. So the fact that we got one and you're
They
wasting
don't
them,
they don't grow on trees. That's for sure.
go get my man's a coach. How hard can it be? Go get him a head coach who's going to get there, thrive to that next level, and take off. Jim Harbaugh's the guy. Don't get Belichick. Don't get Ben Johnson. Don't get Eric Bellamy. I don't want that. No, we need a team leader. We need a leader. We need a builder. We need I was say provider. You want to go provider? We need a provider. We need a nurturer. We need Jim Harbaugh. We need a winner. That's the word. We need a winner. It's that simple. He's won on all levels.
Are we still talking about football?
At this point, I'm talking about anything. We need Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is a proven winner. It's that simple. We need a winner. So I think the Chargers have the best, just because Herbert alone, just the best attraction wise.
Attraction. Right.
for the coaching. Plus, you're in LA. You can't really beat that. So
Yeah, it's all about market too and location. So that works out as well. Did we? So before we keep going, we appreciate everyone that is still here. Please like the stream, share it to your friends. Live stream number 2, and many more to come. But to continue on, did we talk about Bill that much
no, not
or?
yet. That's our last topic.
All right, yeah. So whenever you want to dive into that, we can. I got some things that I would like to say about that, but yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and get into it if you want.
Well, Bill, your time up in New England. You didn't. You gave us headaches. You gave me strokes. You gave me, I would say, constipation. You annoyed me for 24 years as the New England head coach. 20 years of dominance, running through my charters every year. Still feel bad for Phillip Rivers after all these years. Um,
Philip.
you ran through the league. You dominated for 20 plus years. You had a bad 4 years so far since the Brady left, so that's okay. It's okay.
which is what I want to get into, and I'll make this quick. Was it Brady all along?
No,
Was it wasn't Brady?
no. There's
Are you
more to
sure?
football than a quarterback. Coaching
I,
staff, ownership, leadership. He's the guy. He built that team. So without
but
that
hear me out.
team,
Hear me out. Brady left, went and won him another one,
with a great team,
but
he
it's
didn't
not
go to a
Bill.
bad team.
But it's not Bill.
Yeah, but he went to another good coach.
So okay, so let's, for the sake of
If he would
argument,
have went to like a bad team and did that, then I would have gave it a team. But I'm not giving it to you.
I'm
He
s-
just walked to
I'm
another great
saying
situation.
I'm saying yes, it's more than football than just the players and the quarterback for that matter. Since we're talking about Brady, but I think Brady had more influence on the game than Bill. I don't think it's 50-50 is what I'm saying. I don't think it's 50-50. And that showed me from him winning with Tampa Bay. Like, I don't think it's 50-50. Yeah, it was a good program. And of course, he got some people to come with him anyway because he's Brady. But I think Bill had 30% to do with that, or 35 to be nice. I think Brady had more of that. Personally, me.
If
Not,
Brady got
not to
drafted to
take
the
not to
Cleveland
take away
Browns,
anything from Bill. This is not my point of the conversation. I understand it takes more than just having a good coach because coaches have to know rotations. They have to know strategy. You can't do that without a coach. So I'm going to give him that. But I think in this specific conversation, where we're talking about the Patriots, I think Tom Brady had more to do than Bill. I don't think Bill was over that. But so you're saying it's 50-50?
if you think about it from a situation point, situations matter. Like when young players get drafted, the situation in which they go to matters. Like I use Jalen Green. I like to show Jalen Green. He's inefficient, which we all
The
know. But
Shanghai Rockets.
exactly, he's a goofball. But I think if he gets drafted somewhere like Golden State, where they actually care about player development, not the Rockets are good now because they have a good coach. So I'm not gonna joke them because I think Shangoon's really good, but I don't want to get too off topic. A situation matters. If Brady goes to the Browns back in the early 2000s, or he got drafted in '99, I think 2001, one of them.
Something around there.
If whatever year was, Browns were terrible. Like let's just be real. If he went to the Browns, they win. No, he has no Super Bowls. He's not a Hall of Famer. He still might be a Hall of Famer. Still might put up his numbers, but he's not winning any Super Bowls. Coaching matters. Bill Belichick, I think when he was with the Jets, I think first of all, Bill Belichick is OG. He signed with the Jets. He got the call from the Patriots, and he left the next day. He's an OG. He knew what time it was, and he said, "I'm not dealing with this." So I can
But
give him
but
that.
but to your point, Bill, to a certain extent, wasn't fully the reason why Brady was just thrown in a good market.
Yeah, it was.
Why would you say that?
Belichick is New England. I promise you to this day, if Belichick never signed that dotted line and Tom Brady still managed to get drafted by them, he has no Super Bowls. He doesn't have a top 10 elite defense, top 5 defense every year. He doesn't have some of the greatest special team players of all time, Adam Vinatieri, one of the greatest kickers of all time, probably top 2. He doesn't have the coaching staff around him, not just Belichick, but his coaching staff. He
And
doesn't
that
have
and that I'll agree with because Belichick was a force enough to want to bring people in to be in that atmosphere. Even though I've heard from a lot of different podcasts. I mean, I watch I Am Athlete, Pivot, a whole bunch of different other stuff. They've always talked about the Belichick way, the New England way, and it's a culture there where it's instilled in you to want greatness, regardless of what if it's a practice, a game, it doesn't matter. And I do think that that's important, which is why I will give props to Bill and the Patriots as a whole. Because when you have that type of atmosphere, you're going to bring in people that want to be able to succeed and have greatness too. And not every football club has that. And so I will give Bill that. I mean, he obviously attracted people to want to be on his team or want to be in the circle to get stuff done. Defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, everybody worked as one, and I will give him that leadership role because he was that leader.
If I can find the stat that I saw, I don't know if I took a screenshot of it, but it was a stat I saw. It was about Belichick and Nick Saban, but
Oh, it
it's,
was like a comparison.
yeah, like a banner behind kind of both of them or something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you could find that, let's look at that. Let's definitely look at that. Um, yeah, I mean, with all that being said, you made some valid points, and I can always agree with you. But I do feel like Brady was a special talent. Um, I feel like he played a role in that. He is on the field doing everything. And when I mean do everything, I mean calling the shots. I don't mean he's doing everything on field and off field. Of course, we need coaches and coordinators that to communicate what we're playing. But I will also give Bill the props that they always protected Brady. They always protected Brady. I mean, I've never seen a quarterback not get hit as much as him. So he always had protection. He always had a group of guys that was able to get there and get what they need to be done. He had that. I'll give him that.
I think I found it somewhat. Oh, it's not really stat. It's kind of just something simple. 24 seasons as a head coach. Previous four weren't the best, but it's still 24 seasons. That's legendary.
Yeah,
6 Super Bowls, 17 divisional titles. I want you to think about how dominant of a run you have to be to have
17 is
17
yeah
divisional titles.
7. 17 is amazing.
Now, granted, the AFC East was ass back then. Bills were trash. They aren't what they are now. The Dolphins were trash. And who else in that division? The Jets. I mean, the Jets are a joke. I can let you laugh at that. They're trash. Um, I'm not. There's no way. And I know you've got your own points to hold the it's fine. But I'm not gonna let that. I just can't believe people really think Brady's the main cog for the Patriots because Brady played no defense. Brady didn't get those fumble recoveries. Brady didn't force those turnovers.
True, true,
Brady
true.
didn't do anything defensively. He didn't kick those game-winning field goals that got him to the Super Bowl, that won him Super Bowls, because all that matters.
That's a good
Belichick
point. That's a
built
good point.
all of that. He legit got handed the keys, and he turned the Patriots around from zeros to the biggest villain of all time.
True. I'll give you that.
20-year dynasty. That doesn't happen without Belichick. You can always have a star quarterback. I mean, what's the team? I'd use my Chargers for example. Phillip Rivers, as much as people like to joke me when I talk about Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's going to go down in the Hall of Fame. He's going to make the Hall of Fame, as he should. But there's a difference in consistent greatness at the coach position and Phillip Rivers' example when he, how many coaches? 4, 5, 6 coaches? Again, bad organization, but it's still an example. Multiple coaches, not too much playoff success.
Which does play a role. I give you that. It's a way different comfortability level to have the same coach for 20 years versus switching a whole gameplay every 4 to 5 years. Like that can get very overwhelming. So I will give you that as well.
And it's the fact that, how do I put it? I'm trying to find a way to put it. It's kind of off-putting. I find it off-putting when people don't just, and not just you. I just mean people in general. They don't want to give Belichick his credit because he deserves all the flowers. I
And
mean, all of it.
and honestly, I've heard a lot worse. I think I'm more in the middle where it comes to a coach or a coaching staff as a whole and players being able to have an influence on a football team. Um, that's just that's just my take on it, but I do agree with a lot of things you said. I mean, Brady didn't play defense. Brady wasn't on special teams. So these are all other good debates as well. But I mean, I've heard a lot of disrespect online about, Bill wouldn't be nothing without Brady and this and that. I don't think that at all. I disagree completely with that. But people gonna talk. Social media gives people a platform to put their opinions out there. So people gonna do that. People gonna be a little ignorant, but I don't think that it's just completely just Brady. I don't think that at all. Um, and you made some good points, so that I would agree with.
Also, the last thing about this conversation is when Tom Brady got hurt in 2010, I believe, when Matt Castle came in, the Patriots went 10-6. They were one game away from the playoffs, and I think I forgot how they missed it, but they missed it by this much. Then also the following year, well, not the following year, but the year Tom Brady left, I think the Patriots made the playoff. No, they missed the playoffs the year he left, and then the year after that, they made the playoffs with Mac Jones. We're talking about Mac bum
Oh,
ass Jones.
yeah,
So
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's
you're
not like
right.
he hasn't had success in Brady left just recent years. Mac Jones is trash. I don't think people understand how bad dude is. So Belichick's the GOAT. He's the reason, in my opinion. If we're going to do splits, obviously it's 50-50. I think they both deserve the credit. But I'm going to go more so 60-40 Belichick way. I'm
You're
sorry. He built the dynasty. Like, somebody has to create something so you can succeed. That's
right. I
how I see it.
mean, so take Brady off, right? And I don't know who. I mean, who else was? I mean, there's other quarterbacks, obviously, but who else was big? Take Brady off. Where do you still have all these championships?
You mean replace with another star quarterback or just some regular guy? Because you can put Peyton
And,
Manning. I mean, Peyton Manning will have a hell of a lot more Super Bowls he had Belichick.
right, and I don't think Peyton's a good example, and maybe a lot of people are not a good example because it's Brady we're talking about. But I guess you could put Peyton there, but we can make the argument that he would have those as well. I mean, what about a Russell Wilson?
Super Bowl, multiple Super
Multiple,
Bowls.
but
I'll get Eli
but
Manning over
as
his ass.
many, but as much as Brady and Belichick, or well, like what we talking about?
If you give Russell Wilson Belichick, I can see him winning about 3 or 4. Maybe 3 is like the floor or the ceiling. I guess you want to say that.
So what do you think Tom Brady was doing personally? You like that other Hall of Famer quarterbacks weren't doing? Like
Winning.
what was he super good at other than that? His actual tangibles. Like what was he really good at?
He was an accurate thrower. I don't think Tom Brady ever had the strongest arm, but he had a strong enough arm to get the job done. But he was probably one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. I think Peyton Manning is a better player, in my opinion. I've always said that. But I think Tom Brady's good play caller. He obviously switch play up when need be. He's a what's the perfect term for that? Mm, pro reader, I guess that's like a Madden term, but he's good. He's fantastic at reading the defense. Tom Brady's good at a lot of things. It's just hard to. It's kind of hard to put it all in words. I'll have to legit just sit here and think about it, and I don't want to take up too much time.
Yeah, and I
But
say that because I think we had a conversation. I think this was offline, but about Peyton being better, like a better thrower, right? Than Brady.
yeah, we had a conversation.
So that's why I asked. Like Peyton was a great quarterback. What made Brady stand out so much? Was it Bill, or was it just yeah, he clearly is better at this and this and this than all these other quarterbacks that we have. And that's why I just wanted to see your input on it.
I mean, the biggest thing that made us stand out was his winning. I mean, you can't do much anything better than win, right? Multiple
True.
Super Bowls, Super Bowl
That's the that's
MVP.
that's the whole point. That's the whole point, or some of it.
That's his best attribute. He's a winner. I mean, that's my best brag. If I'm gonna flex something, I'm gonna flex it. I'm a winner. Now, granted, I don't like to always use that because I still think personally, Peyton Manning is the better quarterback, but Tom Brady's the better winner. People like to think associate with just rings as you being better. That doesn't make you better.
Correct. Yeah, that just
Like
means you was in the right place at the right time. Like I said, this is timing, and it was just great timing for him.
that's why I always thought you if you gave Peyton Manning now Tony Dungy was a legendary coach in his own right. Don't get it twisted, but he's not Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
So
he's not.
I think not Tom Brady. I think Peyton Manning's career would have lasted a lot longer if he was at New England. You could have put Eli Manning there. I don't think Eli Manning wins a Super. Well, I mean, he won with 2 with the Giants, so why can't he win 2 with the Patriots?
Two more with the Patriots. Exactly. I think he.
Russ,
I think he wins too.
Matt Ryan wins the Super Bowl with Belichick. Matt Ryan's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think Matt Ryan wins the Super Bowl if he has a consistent, legendary coach. Situation matters. This area matters. Where you're from matters. Where you play matters. The ownership matters. That matters. So Tom Brady always benefited from never having to worry about, well, damn, my coach is going to get fired. Then I got on a whole new system. I got on a whole new playbook, new
Yeah.
teammates, new
Yeah.
coaching staff around my new coach, new GM. Don't got to worry about none of that. So that always mattered to me. That's why I said it's more so 60-40 my end because that back end stuff matters. People only know what they see on the field. That's all they're going to argue stuff on the field. But there's more stuff to that. So I feel
Correct.
like
Yeah.
Belichick is I think it's 60-40 Belichick. Or if you want to go 55-50, I'm cool with that too.
I think 50, is it 55-50? No, that's not right. It's 55-50. That's not. That's
It's
a should
60-40, so it's
wait,
55
55-50
45.
is over 100, ain't it?
Probably 55-40 or 55
Yeah,
45.
55, that's 105. So you meant 55-45. But I get what you meant though. I get what you meant. Um yeah, I mean, I think that sums it up honestly. We talked about three legendary coaches in their own right. Um a lot of surprises, but it's been a hectic day. It was actually kind of a whirlwind to see all of that. Well, not a hectic day, but just a hectic kind of week. Because I think Nick was retiring. What, that was yesterday that happened.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, so the last couple of days pretty much have been kind of very, very interesting to see how these teams move on in transition. I know we talked about Pete having the advisory role with the Seahawks, but yeah, been interesting. Good stream. Anything else you want to say?
Um, you know what we do. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe on the channel. That's what we love to say. Is what we love to preach. We're gonna live stream more. We promised y'all that. We will be streaming again this month for I think it's an Xbox event. I have to say for y'all.
Yeah. That's January. So I think the last week of January, 24th or something like that. Yeah, so definitely stay tuned. We'll try to get that scheduling right, and that should be a good one as well. Considering we had a lot of people love our gaming on our very first stream that we did, so we'll definitely bring that back. But as we said, we're still trying to figure out the scheduling. We got to figure out how to get all three of us here, but we got to keep the ball rolling at the same time. So we appreciate everyone that was up, what was in here. Follow us on Instagram, TYS Podcast YT. So our Instagram, our personal Instagrams are here. Our TikTok, I think that's about it, right? Yeah, I think that's it.
Is that it? Oh, you missed
TikTok,
something?
YouTube, Instagram. I feel like I'm missing something, but I think that's it. Oh,
Well,
YouTube, obviously, but
yeah. Since
I mean,
don't
you're watching
hit
this on
that subscribe
YouTube.
button.
Yeah.
But appreciate everybody that commented. Thanks for everybody that's like just snuck in for a few seconds. Hit that like button. Did what y'all did. We appreciate y'all. Next stream once again will be later this month. Scheduling, we don't really have a schedule for stream. We kind of just do it like random. But our upload days for our podcast are Wednesdays for each episode, and Mondays on Friday are clip days. So stay tuned for clip tomorrow night or tomorrow at 5. Um, but other than that, we'll see y'all in the next episode, which is tomorrow, January 12th. So stay tuned. Thank y'all for watching. Also, comment down below which team you think is going to be affected the most, the Patriots, which probably, possibly Alabama or Seattle. So let us know which
Yeah,
coach is more
definitely.
important. I say Nick Saban. I think they're going to suffer the most, but I think it's Alabama's
Um,
first season too.
I agree as well. I agree with you. I think it would be Bama.
But we'll see y'all in the next episode. Well, next podcast episode, which is next Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But the clip dropping tomorrow on the 12th, 5 o'clock. Stay tuned. We
And I
appreciate
think
that.
that's episode 21.
Yeah, episode 21.
Yep.
But we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Boom.